Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set, hut. Foot, ready.
They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And that's the way to start this game. Give them 8 on that first offensive snap.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2.
Black block, down. Hut.
Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Red, 43 rail. Set, hut.
Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set. 50, green.
Henderson here from the gun. It's on the turf. Ball's out. He lost it. But I believe somebody on the Colts got to it first. They're luckily hanging on to the football. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So crisis averted, partner, but their reward here is a tough 3rd down.
10 black. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Looking right, and he finds him. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Ready.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33.
Here we fight. 97. Black. 95. Ready.
Takes the handoff. Now Love. Has it at the 7. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Ready, set.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Shot. 17. Yellow. Lining. Ready.
Trying to run it in. It's Henderson. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Baker. Finds a man. Mason Taylor has it. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He rotates a couple of yards through that chaos. Zayvon Collins in on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's now 3rd and 13.
Third and long for him here. And the defender's there to knock this away, and that effort means it's 4th down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing a double coverage, odds are against you.
Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the Texans have recovered it!
You know, in a situation like that, I mean, this is perfect situational football. Offensively, just get out of your own end zone. But those defenses, they can just smell it. It's like they taste it, and they know you've got your back against the wall. They're aggressive. They take the ball away. That is a win-win for this defense.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
What's up?
On the give, here's Judkins. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
What's up?
Judkins can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
One more time with Judkins. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
6. What's up?
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. And he cannot bring it in. They've now arrived at 4th and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
Just 2 yards away, so the offense going for it. It's 4th and goal. They'll go, Judkins. And he's over the line and in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 50, grit, 10.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
That's incomplete on 2nd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. The Colts are ready for the punt. Michael Dixon will kick it away. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Looking to return from the 29. And the end of that return, Brock, also brings us to the end of our 1st quarter. 1 quarter done, 3 to go in this battle of elite teams. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll take over here following that punt to end the 1st. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Handoff now to Judkins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Another game to Judkins. On the move, past the 40. Now this is going to be down to about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Here's Baker. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. They shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to the line they come, second down.
Hey, alert 33.
Baker now from the gun. He finds Johnston. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
What's up?
From the gun, Judkins. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Mayfield will look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a second-quarter lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start after 35. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10.
Down. 10 black. Ready.
Love from the gun. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Ready. Ready.
Love with it on first down. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. He came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Trying an inside give to Henderson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
50, green.
Throwing his love on third. Downfield to DK. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Here's Sly to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he's brought down after a short gain. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. Second down now, 7 to go. Mayfield now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
And the Texans first down.
Shotgun handoff here for Junkins. Ready to get forward about 5 yards, it looks like. It's second down now.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Working now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Timeout Indianapolis, that's its second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
Kate, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Third and long, Mayfield. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And a fair catch made here at the 17.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Got it.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Set. Red, 38. Ready.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. So call this a modest gain here, Brock. About 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 60 red. 60 red. Ready?
To the air with Love. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22, ready.
They'll air it out on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
That'll be the first and more. And this return finally comes to an end. What a stretch it was to give his guys a short field.
The Texans take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Judkins running between the tackles. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Baker now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Ooh, trying to connect with Johnson, but it's intercepted. That's their rookie from Notre Dame. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Set, ready. 52, boom. Set, cutting.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. Tackle made right around the 26. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
180. Done.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Throw left side. Taylor has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Baker to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
It's now 3rd down and 9.
Throw here, third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
The Texans set to punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. It's away, and not a great kick, angling right toward the sideline. So this one will sail out of bounds, and they're going to give him up to about the 45-yard line. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Blaster. 6. Yellow. 43. Cut.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. 45. Wide. Ready.
Shotgun now for Love. He'll get it complete to Travion Henderson. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Down. 60 reps. 60 reps. Ready.
The give now to Henderson. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Hits him on the out route. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Commit red. Ready. Set.
It's Henderson on the give. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Called down by Andrew Winger. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Fight 60. Set. Ready.
Love. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down.
Come on, set. Blue, 32.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. That's Ferguson, he brings it in. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's a return from the 7. He's going well so far. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. And this is intercepted. And they're going to score. Pick six, Indianapolis.
No question they wanted a big play to begin their drive, but there's the monkey's paw. They got the big play, but not the way they wished for it. Instead, well, they got to rally themselves to get right back out there after watching their opponent celebrate the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We have the plyometric. Ran about the Lux Nessa up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Brady Judkins on the drop down. Get some space around midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on defense.
And a solid gain there, Brock, of about 5. Takes him inside the 40-yard line.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Hey, look, 180. Watch out.
Baker now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
At the 33-yard line.
Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to.
First down now, ball at the 33. Mayfield with a blitz coming. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
That's one you watch the next day, and as a quarterback, you want that throw back. Quarterbacks are perfectionists, and when it's caught just out of bounds, you know it could have been just a little more accurate.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Throwing again is Baker. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing third and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
4th and forever coming up.
Set. 20. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Watch out.
Mayfield will throw for it. Going deep here for the end zone. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
Oh, there was so much good on that play. Right play call, good route, great throw, Kate. Just needed to make the catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert in every time.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Set, ready. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
Henderson on his own read. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Colts with the football as they hang on to this comfortable lead. First down and run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Striker. Strip. Yellow. 43. Smash. Red.
Sticking with Henderson. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down.
Set. 50. Green. Hut.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. It's on target to Williams. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. He was searching for Kyle Williams that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Right. 97. Ready. Red. 38. Ready.
Back to the air. Love. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Texans have some new life in the 4th.
Okay, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Watch out!
Here's Judkins to begin the drop. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this.
Set. 20. Stop.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Smith red. Let's go. Black 40. Ready.
Henderson's going to take this straight ahead. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Blue 32. Spike 60. Set cut.
Counterplay, it's Henderson. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Gets them those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Blue. Set. 10 black. Hut.
3rd and long for him here. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts have likely locked up the win right there.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts stretch their lead to 21. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set. 180. That's it.
Run right side, Judkins. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at 2nd down.
He was tackled.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. That's on target to Pierce. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
1st down, here's Baker. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Colts have him now on his 8th pick of the year.
I'll hear a lot of defensive defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Switch, yellow. Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
They go with Henderson here. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Colts moments away from celebrating their 14th win this season. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Check white. Here we go, set. Black, 95. Ready?
Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
Let's go now. Black 40. Set.
This is lost control of another one. But I believe somebody on the Colts got to it first. They're luckily hanging on to the football. 1 yard on the play, and now they've got 4th down and 6. It'll be a field goal try from Joey Slye. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Catch made over the middle. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1 play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Set.
1st down throw here. Mayfield. Fits it through the middle. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down Houston. Trying to set this up quick.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. Man, they were facing a top 5.